Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 4 of Coachohaple. In this series, I take gameplay from you guys, from my subscribers, and analyze it to give you tips and tricks that you can really use. If you want to get in touch with the show or apply to be on next week's episode, you can tweet at #Coachohaple or put your gamer tag in the description of any of my videos. Just make sure whether you're tweeting at me or putting it in the comments that you include Coachohaple and your gamer tag. Sorry for PS3 guys, this is Xbox only because I have to be able to go into theater mode to get your gameplay. Anyways, on to the gameplay. This gameplay comes from BLACKcrackerREP. He was the winner of our giveaway last week, of one of them, and he's also today's subscriber. He's playing Team Deathmatch on one of the new maps, which is part of the reason I chose this gameplay. I think he goes positive, but it's a pretty average gameplay for him. One thing I noticed right off the bat is he's died I think 2 or 3 times now, and every time he dies it's because he gets into a 2-on-1 engagement. Now, getting into a 2-on-1 engagement is sometimes inevitable in this game. You can't always control whether one guy comes around the corner or there's two. There you go, there's one more time. He got in the first engagement, won his first engagement, and then died. But you can minimize this by keeping in places that have cover. If you get into an engagement and you have cover, if you can pick off the first kill, all you have to do is click that right stick down to crouch or go prone, and that second guy can't kill you. So don't always approach people from the front out in the open. That's the first tip I'd give for him. One thing I do like though after watching the beginning of this gameplay is that he's always using his stun grenades or flash, whichever he's using. I think he's using concussion. And that's great. You don't want to just hold on to your concussion grenades the entire time and maybe eventually you use one tactically. It's better to chuck it off your spawn and make sure that you're using your concussion grenade every life, especially in a game type like Team Deathmatch where you're dying more often. Because holding on to that concussion grenade is basically just giving it a chance to do nothing. You'll notice he's in this room here at this stairway. That was a pretty fair gunfight he put himself in. He might have been able to win it with a little bit better aim, but it also looked like there might have been a connection issue going on there. You'll notice every play he's made here, he's running straight down the middle of the map into this building. And especially on this map, Summit or Uplink or whatever it's called now, you don't want to just be rushing into the straight middle of the building. You're not playing domination, you don't have to get B flag. While you're playing Team Deathmatch, you should be playing the downstairs of the building like he is now, and the edges of the map. If you play out on cliffside and out over here on walkway, you're a lot more likely to pick people off from the sides like he does right here. Again though, he put himself out in the open during an engagement and got caught by the second guy. So always be sure to take flank routes and the outsides of the map rather than through the center. You'll notice he goes for the center room almost every single time, and it is a good power position, but when you're going for a good KD, which is really all that matters in Team Deathmatch, it's better that you're playing the sides and getting around the enemy. Talk about his class a little bit here. He's using the Peacekeeper, and it looks like he's got 3 attachments on it. I'm not sure which 3 attachments those are. This is one of my favorite setups. I mean, you saw in yesterday's video, me and my buddy Texan Gaming got a swarm, and I was using the Peacekeeper during that. It's one of the most versatile weapons because you can use it at medium to long range engagements, but it can still be hip fired effectively and used at SMG range. So I like that he's using the Peacekeeper. I like that he has attachments on it. I find that more often than not, an attachment is more useful than a piece of equipment. And I see that he's only using 1 concussion grenade. That says that maybe he used an extra point on an attachment instead of that. His kill streaks, he doesn't earn them all through this game. And in a previous Coachohaple episode, I remember saying set them as low as you can so you can earn them every game. But I do think this is a pretty good conservative setup. UAV and care package, pretty much everyone can earn every game. Care package is especially good for you players that are having troubles getting to the lightning strike and higher, because that care package will just help you have some fun with the game. I think care packages aren't necessarily the most tactical kill streak to use because it does take you out of the game for about 20 seconds, but it can have you help you have a whole lot more fun because, you know, if you're not a pro style player, if you're not getting 20 kill streaks, you might not get a chance to use a warship or a swarm, but if you use care packages, you can use some of those more fun kill streaks, and it'll just improve kind of the time you're having while you're playing. Here he's doing more like what I talked about earlier, going around the edges of the map. That's great. He's playing conservatively. I can also tell just by listening, when I really had my headset up listening to this gameplay and watching him play, that he is responding to sound. That's one thing that I think a lot of people underestimate, is that when you're playing on a TV and you have the volume turned down because you don't want to bother your parents or something, you are missing out on like a quarter of the game. By listening to sound, you can pick up where enemies are shooting, where footsteps are happening. That's a good play there. And you can just be more aware and get more kills. So I do like that he's using sound, and he's using it properly. This is a good position he's in. He sees his team is on the other side of the map, so he's responding to the UAV and hanging out in a spot where he can get a good angle on a flank of the enemy. Another thing, I talked about it in the last week's Coachohaple's C4, one of the best pieces of equipment. He gets several kills with it in this game, and you'll notice that all the kills he gets with it are around a corner. He doesn't even have to peek his head out to get the C4 kills, because the C4's blast radius will go around the corner for him. So that's a good play. It's a close game pretty much all the way through, and here towards the end, I think this is his care package. He does earn it. This is not a great place to put a care package. That's a main traffic route. It's common that people will run through there, maybe get you killed, and then take your care package. It didn't matter because it was the end of the game, but still I'd be much more conservative with where I place my care packages. Overall, good gameplay from BLACKcrackerREP. Thanks for posting to me and giving me your gameplay. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Hey guys, welcome to the end of the video. If you made it this far, maybe I've earned your like. You can click that down below. If you want to see more content like this from me, you can click subscribe up here in the top right. I put out videos every Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, so you can expect uploads from me about 3 times a week. And the lower right hand side of your screen, that's my previous video, so you can click on that and see what you missed out last time. Thanks for watching.